Hi, this is Daryl Cunningham with David H. Paul Incorporated. In this video, we're going to talk about DHP's online training corporate accounts. So in our online training system, sometimes our clients want to keep track of their employees' progress. For this reason, we created the corporate accounts for the online training. So if you're logged in and you are set up as a corporate administrator or a supervisor, you will see a corporate button here or an employees button. In this case, the button says corporate because I am a corporate administrator. When you click on this button, it'll take you to the corporate account. You can also get there by typing corporate.wttionline.org in the address bar above. So let's learn how this works. First, we need to log in. As mentioned before, there are two different types. There's an administrator and there is a supervisor. We're going to log in as an administrator. Okay, so here we have our company information, our Add Edit Employees, our Report button, a Ledger button, and a Settings button. We're going to start with the company information. Here is just basically the information about your company. You can edit. I'm going to edit right here because our address is wrong. Click Submit, and then when you go back, it'll be changed. So the next section I want to talk about is the Add and Edit Employees. This is a list of all of your employees tied to this account. By clicking on Add New Employee, we can simply fill out the form and click Submit, and the employee will be added to the list here. So back on the employees list, you can now go and edit an employee. We're going to go in here and we're going to edit Charles. Okay. So here you'll see you can add a little bit more information about the employee. And if you need to, you can set this employee down here on account type. You can set this employee up as a supervisor. This is how an employee in the corporate administration becomes a supervisor. We'll discuss the role of the supervisor later on in this video. If we return to the employees list, you will also see an Enroll in Courses list. Here is a list of courses that you can enroll this employee in. If you choose the courses from the list and click on Enroll, it tells you that this person will be enrolled in the system and that it will be reflected in your ledger. We'll talk about the ledger here in a moment. If I click Yes, now if your employee logs into their online training system, they will be enrolled in the course that you just chose. So now let's click on the ledger system. This ledger gives you a running total of the money that is in your account. If this total is a negative number, like it is here, then that means that this company owes DHP this much money, and we will invoice you towards the end of the month. If this number is a positive number, it means that you have credit in your account, which now leads us to the settings section of the program. If you have any credit on your account, or if you owe money to DHP, it'll be listed right here. To purchase credit on your account, you can go down to here, type in an amount, and click Purchase Now. This is going to take you to a PayPal payment gateway where you can purchase the information. So if I go check out and hit Pay Now, okay, now I've made my payment. If we come to the corporate online program and go back to the ledger, you'll see that that money was added to our account, and now we have $9,301 as credit. So if we go back to settings, again, you'll see that is listed here. So let's talk about the options on this screen. This first option will allow any of your employees who have logged into their account to use a company credit to purchase any of the online training courses. Anytime they enroll in a course, it will be entered into your ledger and subtracted from the amount from the running total. This next option makes it a little more strict for employees to use the company credit. You can set it up so that only specific employees can use a credit when enrolling in online training courses. So if you click on this option and click on Submit Changes and go to your employee list, now at the bottom of an employee's profile, you have this list of courses. If you click on a course and click on Add, this employee can now use the company's credit to purchase this course when they log into their online training system. So you can assign your employee any of these courses, if you hold your control key down, you can select more than one and click on Add. Now, this employee can go into his online training system and purchase any one of these courses using the company credit. If they do log in and purchase these courses with company credit, it will be added to your ledger here. Okay, so if we go back to settings and we choose the third option, this option will allow all employees to use credit only on the courses that you have chosen here. So this is all of your employees who are listed under your corporate account. They will be able to go in and log in and choose whichever courses you have here, and then that course will be applied to the credit, which again will be shown in your ledger. Now, if you want to give a budget to your supervisor, instead of allowing all employees to use credit, choose this fourth option. Now, we haven't set up a supervisor yet, so let's go back to the Add Edit Employees. We're going to choose Charles. What we're going to do here is we're going to take his account type and we're going to change Charles to a supervisor. Click Submit. Now you see that Charles has been set up as a supervisor, and down below you can assign employees to him. We're going to assign Elizabeth Coles to Charles Bedford and click Submit. Okay, now if we go to the Settings section, we can choose the fourth option, and you can see here Charles is now listed under the supervisors under the fourth option. Okay? If we have credit set up in our account, we can go in and assign Charles a budget. So let's say I want to take out of this $9,301, we can add $1,000 to Charlie's account. If we click Submit Changes and go back to the settings, you'll notice that his credit has gone down to $8,301, and his credit is listed as $1,000 here. We can also go in and remove that money if we need to. So say we want to just give him a $500 credit, we can come in here to remove, click Submit Changes, go back to our settings, and you'll see that we have $8,801 in our account, and Charlie is now set up with $500 credit. This is also recorded in the ledger. You can see here is where we added $1,000 to his account, and here is where we subtracted $500 from his account. This is how you would assign the budget to the supervisors section. One more thing before we move on to our supervisors section. Let's click on Report. Here you will see a quick status report of all of your employees for each online training course. Under each course, you will see that the employee is enrolled, what their status is, if they have taken an exam. It'll show your score here, and you'll be able to click on the score. You'll get an even more detailed report about that employee's course. This way you can track the progress of your employees. So now let's move on to the supervisor section. So we're going to remember we set Charles up as a supervisor. So we're going to log in as him. Now you'll see here when a supervisor logs into the corporate system, it looks very much the same as the administrators. When you click on the company information, it shows the company's profile, but the supervisor cannot edit this section. Under the employee section, the supervisor will see all employees that were assigned to him, including himself. And if you click on Edit Your Employees Information, much like the administrator, you can go in here and change all the person's profile. You just cannot assign them as a supervisor. And also, much like the administrator, you can go into each employee and assign courses to them. Now, the difference is that when you added the courses and you go into your ledger, this particular ledger is only assigned to the supervisor. So you can see here that the account administrator had assigned $1,000 to us, and then they had taken away $500 from us. And then we enrolled Charles Bedford into both of these courses and it subtracted it from our ledger. If this number is negative, it means that the company owes DHP that much money and we will invoice you towards the end of the month. So if we click on Settings, you'll see here that it's very similar to the administration, except you do not have the fourth option. So all of these options work the same way. The only difference is it's only applied to the supervisor's employees and the supervisor's ledger. So if we come down here, you'll see that the supervisor still has $94 in his account. If we come down here and purchase credit, just like the corporate administrator, the credit will be applied to the ledger, but will only be applied to the supervisor's ledger. And any money that is purchased here, the corporate administrators cannot take that out of your budget. Okay, so now we're going to go in and see what an employee sees in this section. We're going to log in under Beth Coles, who was an employee of Charles Bedford, if you remember right. So now Beth is logged in. If we click under online training courses, we can see a list of all of the employees, or all of the courses here that she has to purchase. Now let's go back to the online corporate program. As you can see, we have the first option checked. And you can see that we have $94 credit in our account. However, when Beth logs in, it's showing that she has to purchase any of these. The reason why is because there's not enough credit in the account for her to purchase. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the administrator's account and we're going to add some more credit to Charles's account. All right, so now if we go to the settings section, you'll see we have $1,094 set up in his account. And then if we go back to Beth's account, you'll see that all of the buttons have changed to enroll. And this happened because if we go to the online training in the settings section, it shows that we have option 1 chosen. We have $1,094 in the credit account, meaning that any of the employees can sign into any of the online courses. But if we go to apply credit and click submit changes, and then we go back, you'll see that everything changed back to an add to cart button. Well, the reason why is because we haven't assigned anyone here yet to be able to use this credit. So if we go back to the employee editor and go to Elizabeth, we can go in and add a few of these courses, add them to her and hit submit. We did 110, 111, and 112. So if we go back to Beth's account, give it a second to update, now you can see that she can enroll in these 3 courses. And what it will do is use the supervisor's credit. And so if you click enroll, and it says we have some credit, and do you want to use the credit? Tell it yes. Okay, now Beth is enrolled in the course. So if we come back to the ledger, you'll see that she has now went in and used $232 of credit, which subtracted from our previous $1,094 and now leaves the account with $862. So again, if we go down to settings now and click apply, and let's just do these 2. So now any of the employees can use credit for these 2 courses. And we can see that by going back to Beth's account, going to our online training courses, and you see now down here at the bottom, those are the only 2 that you can enroll in. So this is how the online training system works. Now, of course, you can always go in and assign any courses to your employees. And when you do, this amount of money will be added to your ledger. And Elizabeth is now enrolled in all these courses. And she can double check this as when she logs in, it shows that she's now registered in those courses. That's it for DHP's online training corporate account. I hope that these steps have helped you to understand how the corporate account section works. If you have any questions, always feel free to contact me. My email address is dcunningham@dhptraining.com, or call us at 1-877-711-4347. Thank you and goodbye.